We'll ask Coach Chambers make an opening statement, then go to questions for Tim and Trey. Coach.
Indiana played great basketball. They played very tough, very physical. Obviously, the 16 offensive rebounds, 36 attempts from the free throw line. We wanted to take away the threes. For us, we did a pretty good job, but, you know, they drove the basketball. They did some good things.
Questions for the student athletes?
This question's for Tim. Tim, just talk about what IU did differently in the second half to slow you down. You had 19 at halftime.
I think they went to a zone. They was able to try to keep me out of the paint.
Other questions? Anybody? Okay, fellas, you may return to the locker room.
Thank you.
Go to questions for Coach Chambers. Start here with Phil.
Coach, when you set up to play Indiana, how big an issue is Cody Zeller?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
When you set your team up to play Indiana, how big an issue is?
Yeah, he's a problem, you know, because if they're not shooting well, then they can just put it inside, and he shoots at such a great clip. And he's just not a big. He's an athletic big, and he's strong and he's physical. You know, he plays like a wily veteran. He's a very difficult matchup for anybody, especially us because we're a little bit small.
Out here.
And Coach, your first year in the Big Ten, if you would, could you just assess the 18-game schedule and then the Big Ten tournament, just what it's like being in the Big Ten?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love this league. I love being a part of this. Really enjoyed matching wits with some of the greatest coaches of all time. And it's hard. It's hard to win on the road, very difficult. And but I really enjoyed this year. I got to be honest. I'm disappointed we lost, but I'm excited about the future, and I look forward to getting to work tomorrow and start building that future.
Right out here.
You talk about what Zeller brings to this team. You know, how difficult is it to get back into a game when you have a big guy that can shoot free throws like that, when they're working through him, when, you know, the clock's winding down in the second half? Yeah,
it was a little bit of both. They were not only putting it into him, I think he had 7 offensive rebounds. I mean, that was critical. And, yeah, to get a big man who can make free throws, it makes the game a lot easier. You know, when you're guard-oriented and you're hoping your guard can get you to the free throw line, but when you have a big who can make free throws, man, that's a whole new dynamic.
Any further questions?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Coach.